Why you should keep going. When times are tough, it is easy just to think, it's too tough out there. This went wrong, and this went wrong. I'm just gonna roll over and quit. No, you can't do that. You have to keep on going because there are people counting on you, even if you can't see them. And that's why I decided to do this video. I want to give you some reasons why you should keep going, and also tell you what keeps me going. First, one of the biggest reasons that keeps me going is you. Yes, you, the person just sitting there watching the video. You might be thinking, how can I help you? I'm just sitting here watching the video. Well, because without you, I would have no reason to make videos. And I love making videos. Coming up with a story, the content, and editing the videos is all things that I enjoy doing. And it takes my mind off of everything that's going on around in the world. Which right now, if you're watching this, there's a global coronavirus pandemic. And it takes my mind off that by making the video. So first, before I get into the content, thank you for watching this video. For context, I'm going to give you some of the struggles that I'm going through right now. Nobody likes to hear a complainer, but I think this is important for the story. I am a realtor, and as a realtor, I depend upon sales going through. And there have been quite a few sales that haven't gone through during this time period, not directly because of the pandemic, but certainly indirectly. And that has obviously hurt me. In addition, it's harder to meet new people, new potential customers, because all of my meetups and meetings that were in person are no longer happening. Some of them are online, but it's not really the same thing. It's harder to talk to them afterwards. After the meeting is over, I just click end and they're gone. So it's been a little bit more difficult to make connections. I am an aspiring public speaker, as some of you know, and public speaking events have all been canceled and there's no new ones being scheduled except for maybe virtual speaking events, and I'm not a part of that. Okay, complaining over. Now let's get into the reasons why you should keep going. What is keeping me going is the same thing that has been keeping me going since early 2018. And that's my purpose, my goal in life, which is to speak in front of large audiences and tell them my story of all the obstacles and the shortcomings that I had to overcome in order to get to that big stage where I'm speaking in front of large audiences. Some of you have seen my earlier videos and know my story, and maybe some of you have not. So I'll briefly go over it with you, which is when I first started, I was a terrible public speaker. And I wasn't only bad at public speaking, I was also bad on camera. You could go watch my earliest videos on the channel here, and you could see for yourself. Not only that, I was just bad at talking to people. I could hardly do it. And so the thought of going from there to going all the way to being able to speak in front of large audiences is a huge aspiration of mine. And one of the reasons that I want to do that is just to inspire other people, to show them what is possible, to show them what I did and therefore what they can do. Because if I was able to do that, they could do it. They could do whatever they want to do, within reason, of course. And that's what keeps me going when things are hard. I always go back to my purpose. Please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. What can you do if you don't know your purpose? Many people don't know their purpose, and that's okay. What can you do to keep being motivated? I would say, is there anybody around you who is counting on you to keep going? This is super easy if you have a spouse or children. They are depending upon you to keep going. Even if they're not depending upon you for money, they need to see that you are continuing on, because they somehow would be looking up to you, especially just to your children. That's easy. But if you don't have that, then what can you do? Just pretend that you have people depending upon you. That's sort of what I do. I pretend that you watching this video are depending upon me to keep going. Now, maybe you don't really care. If I stop, you'll just watch someone else's video. But it just helps me to think that you are actually sitting there thinking, wow, I really hope that Jason keeps on going. He is inspiring me so much. And watching his videos is helping me to keep going every day. Now, I don't know if you're actually thinking about that, but as long as I think that you are thinking that, that helps me. And just, you can use whatever helps you, whatever works. It doesn't have to be 100% true. If it gets you motivated and it helps you keep going, use it. And maybe eventually it will be true. Maybe eventually a lot of people will count on me to keep going. I know there's people I watch that I sort of count on, and if they stop producing content, that would affect me. Next, you can think about, what is the alternative? If I stop, quit, and roll over, what's going to happen? Is someone going to hand me $1 million and say, oh, I'm sorry, guy, you didn't have what it took, but I'm going to give you $1 million? That's probably not likely to happen. The alternative is probably not pretty. So don't face the alternative. Keep going. Last 2 reasons. Think about all the people who have it worse than you. If you think you have it bad, there's always someone else who has it worse than you. There are people out there with no legs. There are people out there who are blind. There are people out there who can't hear. I can go on and on and on. You get the point. If you think you have it so bad, just think about all the people who have it worse. This may get you to stop feeling sorry for yourself and get you to keep on going. Okay, last reason. Last reason, and this actually may be my favorite reason, but it's sort of dark, so I left it to the end. Think about all the people that would love to see you fail. There's got to be somebody in your life that would love nothing better than to see you fail. Maybe it was someone who said you would never amount to anything. Maybe it could be just some anonymous person. Whatever it is, there's probably somebody out there who would love to see you fail. Have you ever watched the Michael Jordan Hall of Fame speech? If you haven't watched that, I recommend watching it. Through the whole speech, he just goes on and on about all the people who he thinks in his own head said that he couldn't make it, that he couldn't do it. Starting off with, I think, like his high school coach. Everyone in the audience is kind of laughing, but I think he might have been serious. And it's really interesting to watch, because obviously he was able to get himself highly motivated. And he was able to get himself highly motivated because of thinking about all the people who thought that he couldn't do it, or at least he would make that up in his own mind. That's why I leave it as the last one, because I don't think you necessarily should use this motivation technique unless you absolutely have to. That's my final and end reason. You should definitely keep on going now after watching this video. Hopefully you got something out of it and you got maybe learned some new reasons why you should keep going. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.